Trailing 3-1 in the 8th inning, Hanley Ramirez and Xander Bogaerts combined for 2 hits and 3 RBI to give Boston a 4-3 win and a sweep over the Pittsburgh Pirates in a makeup game. Welcome into the Boston Red Sox Newsfeed postgame recap. I'm Jess Thomas reporting for CLNS, a leading online provider of audio-visual coverage for the Boston Red Sox. A sweep of a series after a loss last night wouldn't seem to make sense, but after beating the Pirates on opening day and then in the second game of the series 2 days later, Boston ended up with a 3-game sweep spread over a week and a half on Thursday. The Red Sox came into the 8th inning down 3-1, but once Brock Holt grounded out, Boston had the top of the order and they didn't mess around. Dustin Pedroia walked off Felipe Rivero, and then Andrew Benintendi hit a bloop to the center field that Pedroia reached second base on because of a drop by second baseman Phil Gosselin. Juan Nicasio came into pitch and walked Mookie Betts on 4 pitches. That brought up Ramirez with the bases loaded, and he crushed a ball to center field to score all 3 runners. The only problem was Betts was called out after a review as the tag got on his heel before his hand got on the base. It didn't matter, however, as after a Mitch Moreland walk, Xander Bogaerts ripped an opposite field RBI single to give Boston the 4-3 lead that they had ever so briefly just before. Craig Kimbrell shut the door in the 9th with some help from catcher Christian Vazquez, who gunned down Adam Frazier, stealing second. Sox catchers are 6 for 7 in throwing out attempted base stealers this year. Kimbrell nearly gave up a homer to Francisco Cervelli, but Betts caught it in front of the wall just a few batters before. Kimbrell is now 19 for 19 in saves at Fenway, according to the Boston Globe's Alex Spear. The game got off to a rough start in the first in the same fashion as last night. Eduardo Rodriguez got into trouble immediately, walking Jordy Mercer to start the game and then struck out Starling Marte. But the next batter, Andrew McCutchen, ripped a 2-run homer into the monster seats to give the Pirates a quick 2-0 advantage. It had potential for much worse when Gregory Polanco and David Freese each singled with 1 out. But Erod came back strong, avoiding a mess like last night with back-to-back strikeouts of Josh Harrison and Josh Bell. Boston got a run back in the bottom of the second inning off Chad Kuhl, when Moreland hit his 8th double of the season in 9 games to lead off. It is his 7th straight game with a double, which is a Red Sox franchise record. 2 batters later, Marco Hernandez ripped a double off the big wall and left to drive Moreland in, and it was 2-1 Pirates at the time. Christian Vazquez grounded out for his first out of the year, getting Hernandez to third, but Brock Holt struck out with the tying run in third. The Pirates got the lead runner on in the third on a Marte walk, but after McCutchen struck out, Marte attempted to steal second. Vazquez gunned him down. At that point, Red Sox catchers were a combined 5 for 5, throwing out base runners. After the caught stealing, Erod got Polanco to go down on strikes to end the inning. Neither club got a base hit in either the 3rd, 4th, or 5th innings against Kuhl and Rodriguez. Erod had 7 strikeouts through 5 innings after a tough start. At this point through 5, the last hit was Marco Hernandez, his RBI double, all the way back in the 2nd inning. But with 1 out in the 6th, Erod gave up a double to Polanco, and he walked Freese, and with 103 pitches, John Farrell took him out. Hembree came in and struck out Harrison, but Polanco and Freese did a double steal. Vazquez threw a wild ball to third, and the run scored to make it 3-1. Dustin Pedroia made a nice sliding stop to end the inning. Erod's final line was 5 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts. Kind of a mixed bag today for Eduardo. Betts got the Sox first hit since the 2nd inning with a single in the 6th, but nothing came of it. In the 7th, Hembree got into a 1st and 3rd 1-out jam, but got Marte and McCutchen to end it. Kuhl came out of the game with 1 out in the 7th after Bogaerts reached on an infield single, but the Sox couldn't take advantage of that single. Matt Barnes pitched the 8th inning, worked around a walk of David Freese, and was credited with his 2nd win of the young season. Boston is now 5-4 on the year, with 3 of those wins coming against the Pirates. The Sox will play their 3rd game against a different opponent in 3 days on Friday when the Tampa Bay Rays come to town for a 4-game set. Rick Porcello will face Chris Archer in the opener at 7:10 tomorrow. Each pitcher is currently 1-0. This has been Jess Thomas for CLNS.